Hello. Hello. Hold on. I haven't even pulled up my VTuber model. No. Okay, hold on. Back to starting. I'm sorry, I just woke up. Okay. Sorry about that, Tanner. My cat was on the desk, and I was trying to type around him, and then that resulted in me accidentally hitting the enter button twice before being done typing. Excuse me. Alrighty. Okay. Gotta get rid of these pop-ups. Okay. I don't remember how to play, but also wanted to play a VR headset for it. Ooh. That sounds fun. Yeah, those kind of games are, Oh, there I am. Those kind of games are probably the most fun. Most fun if it's like in VR or whatnot. Gotta grab this. Yeah, those games are probably the most fun because it's all in first person and it's a simulation game. But yeah, so sorry. So sorry that I'm late. I overslept. I really overslept. But to be fair, court and jury, to be fair. Oh, that actually reminds me. Sorry to derail, but with my last therapy session, my therapist was telling me, he told me, I really love the saying, what was it? Oh no, now I forgot! Over halfway there. New subs? Wait, what? What was that popped up? Wait, what? What? That was weird. But anyway, oh man, what was it he said? This. Thank you, Mago! I'm sorry, but as always, when you stream, I gotta go to sleep. I'm actually surprised you're up this late. Holy moly. Hope you have a great stream. I hope that you have a great sleep. Thank you so much, Mago, for doing that. You are so sweet, so freaking sweet. And that emote is just way too adorbs. Thank you so much, my dude, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Oh, now I remember. So my therapist, he said that he loves the saying, with all due respect. I passed my bedtime for quite some time today. Yeah. Because this is late for stream, and you're usually getting ready for bed at normal streaming time. But have a great one, Mago. Thank you so much for the sub. You really don't have to do that. I truly appreciate it, though. Thank you, my dude, and I hope you have an amazing night and amazing sleep. Thank you so much. Because my therapist was saying, he's like, wait, what? Oh, thank you for the streak. Thank you for the streaking. Don't get arrested, though. Sorry. Okay, so there was it was yesterday or the day before. Ultra was streaming, and she said, and someone did a watch streak, and she said like thank you for streaking, and I was like the running around naked. But thank you so much, Mago. Truly appreciate you so much, my dude. Sorry that I keep getting sidetracked here. This is me when I first wake up, my brain is blue. So, my therapist loves the saying, with all due respect, because he was like, with all due respect, you're an idiot. With all due respect, you're a piece of shit. He went on with that. It was really funny. With all due respect. Oh boy. Okay, I still gotta pull up the game. I like pulling up the game, afterwards. After, oh, wrong button. After the chatting bit, because, because otherwise I hear the game, and then it's a little distracting. Oh my. Don't want it to be grabbing that. That was a little silly. Want to grab that instead? And I can't get it to fit perfectly in because it's an old game. It is old. When was this game released? Like 1998? Something like that. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being here. I am, again, so sorry that I overslept. I was just so freaking tired. But of course, I really needed that sleep because I have not been getting enough sleep as of late. Like, I've been trying and trying to sleep, but yeah. Excuse me. And what's funny is that my dad, he makes me a my own my own Thanksgiving dinner. Because I'm vegetarian, I can't join in on the turkey. So he makes me my own little thing. And he hasn't been able to because because I'm asleep. I'm trying to sleep when he's up, and then I wake up and he's asleep. Asleep or whatever, you know. So, yeah. My internal clock is all over the freaking place. Hopefully, I think the problem is that I've been taking, because I'm supposed to alternate between, a prescribed sleeping pill, which works okay, and melatonin tea. Because if you take too much of one or the other, then it loses its effects, you know? But I have not been alternating, so I think that's a part of it. It is kind of interesting that this music is kind of creepy. Some parts of the music makes me think of the singing part, how it's like da 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 da. For some reason, it makes me think of some parts in the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Not the sound of it, but like the singerly bit of it. I don't know. There's something about it makes me think Lord of the Rings soundtrack. But of course, I used to listen to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack quite a bit. But I'll never listen to the Hobbit soundtrack because I'm sorry, but I do not like the Hobbit. I could go on about why I don't like the Hobbit. I still love Lord of the Rings, though. I need to watch it again at some point. I haven't watched it in I don't know how long. One of my favorite little tidbits that I learned about it was that maybe you guys know. There's the part in the movie how Aragorn, he thinks that the two hobbits have been killed by the orcs, and he kicks an orc helmet before screaming in the sky. And for those of you who don't know, when he kicked that orc helmet, he actually broke his toe. He actually broke his toe, but somehow he stayed in character. But that's how the scream sounds so good, because he's actually screaming in pain. But you gotta get short, people. No. I'm short, okay? I am very short. Oh man. I mean, I could go into my Hobbit hating rant if you want me to. I could go into what I don't like about it. But yeah, I just thought that that was really interesting that the Aragorn actor actually did break his toe, but it's like I applaud him for staying in character, for how he was like, how it's like, keep the camera rolling, keep the camera rolling. It's really cool when actors are able to do that. But of course, a lot of injuries happened with Lord of the Rings. Aragorn broke his toe. Legolas hurt his back while trying to do a horse maneuver. And Samwise Gamgee, he stepped on glass and had to be helicoptered out of there. Really crazy. Really, really crazy. Mer, what is it, kitty? Mer? Yeah? What is it? My cat Mookie is meowing at me. What's going on, buddy, huh? What is going on with you young man? Well, not young man. He's... How old is Mookie now? He's like 11, maybe? Somewhere around there. He's somewhere around 11. And, oh wait, or maybe 10? He's 10 or 11. And then Spike and Betsy are 9 or 10, I think. Because they're around a year apart. Okay, Boomer Cat. Ooh. Ba-da-da-ba-dum. I really should, cause Tanner, you're playing a, like a flight sim. I need to play one of those at some point. Or, Ultra was playing that racing game for the, sponsorship. I really want to play a racing game at some point. I used to really find them really fun, even if I was absolutely horrible at it, but I haven't touched a, I haven't touched a racing game in a zillion years. There we are. Almost ran out of time, but Assetto isn't a bad game. I played it a while back. Hold on, let me look that up. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I woke up, saw that it was super late, and then I just grabbed a coffee and a donut. Grabbed a coffee and a donut and started upstream. Oh, this looks interesting. I shall add it to my wish list. Yeah. Yeah, it's the one I added. Oh boy. Do you guys want to know how many games I have in my wish list? Right now, in my Steam wish list, I have 4,848. I have so many. That is from me building up for years and years. I can't explain. I can't explain. You have a problem. I can't explain. The thing is that I've been wish listing games ever since I first got into Steam, and I got into Steam back in 2016, I think. And I don't have much money. So new games keep popping up that I can't afford. But of course it's also because there was a time in my life how I would just mindlessly go through Steam's recommended and would just add anything that looked even semi interesting. Like, maybe add it. Okay, add it. So yeah, maybe that's the main reason. Maybe that's the main reason from me doing that. I guess first I should get rid of all this. Get rid of this mountain here. Someday though, someday I'll get through them. What I really should do is go through the wish list and delete ones that I am pretty sure I'll never get, or ones that I'm kinda about. I should do that at some point. What's really funny is when a game, top right corner, 8 dots. Top right. Oh! I'm not gonna be matching that one just yet. But thank you for pointing that one out. Like, I would probably... Oh, yeah. Because if you do 2 pairs of the same kind, then you get extra points. Do 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 do. That's there. How have you guys been, by the way? I can't really say how I've been because of me just waking up. At least my sleep was pretty good. I've got 30 games on my wish list. I go through at least quarterly and remove some games. Oh. See, you're smart. You are smart and efficient with your wish list. I really do need to be smarter with my wish list. Oh, here we are. Naruhodo. I really do need to get back to wanting to learn Japanese. I used to have hiragana memorized. I used to have hiragana memorized. But not anymore. There's some hiragana I still know. Like, I know ku. I know ku because to me it looks like a bird beak. So I just imagine like a mourning dove going coo, coo, coo. Ooh, actually. Oh, never mind. Oh, wait, yeah, yeah. Do. There we are. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. That's a really fun song. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I remember when I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and excuse me, and there was this video how Marik was trying to get Bakura to sing a stick song. It sticks, Bakura! Sticks! What the bloody hell are you talking about? Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. He was trying to get him to sing along with Sail Away. Is that what the song is called? How all the characters were singing it. I'm sailing away. It's pretty silly. An open course to the Virgin Sea. I've got to be free. Free to face the life that's ahead of me. Oh, actually. Do. But it's really funny because all the characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged are singing it, so they're singing it like in their voices. Maybe not that. One of my favorite stick songs is oh man, I don't know the name of it. There's one that I really like that's like 8 minutes long or something. It's really long. But I really like it though. Okay, and bada bing bada boom. And my cats are running amok. Mer, what's going on, kitties? Mer? Do. My cats are dinky dunk. If I can get to that. I don't know. Do. Can't get to that. Just sail away, just sail away, just sail away with me. I should probably drink some water when I'm done with this coffee. And my coffee. Just sail away with me. Now that song is gonna be stuck in my head. Yeah, coffee. Then that, and then that. Come sail away, come sail away. Yeah. My favorite decades for music are the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but there's some 50 songs that I like as well. Like I love the Platters and what are they called? The Temptations? The something. Mm. There are two 50s groups that I really like. Oh, if I get a VR set, I could do VR chat game thing. I could look like a weeb. I want to do VR chat at some point. And you can play it without a headset. I mean, obviously it's more fun with the headset, because then you can interact with things better. But yeah. I did pop into VR chat one time. I told you guys the story before about how a guy was being creepy, and so I told him, and the guy was Japanese, and so I said, Boku wa oppai daisuki desu. And then as he was laughing, I left. That was fun. I'm gonna get it just to be creepy in the game. Yeah, VR chat was pretty fun. Oh yeah, another time, it was in that same room where the weird Japanese guy was. Um, it was the room where you can draw on the walls, how there are those markers. And I picked up a marker and I started drawing a nude lady. And then someone came up to me and was like, no, 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 no. I started drawing the nude lady. I was drawing like the boobs. And they're like, no, 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 no. he grabbed it away from me and erased it. I'm like, what the heck, man? I'm a draw dicks. Bet. It's like, what the heck, man? I want to draw my French girls, okay? um. And oh yeah, I was saying in the Discord, I'm gonna make it look like a high school bathroom stall. I had said in the Discord that what I think I'm gonna do is that I know it's a lot more boring, but I do think that I am going to be streaming only like 1 or 2 games a week instead of like a whole bunch of different games, it alternating with every week, while occasionally revisiting games, because there are just some games that you have to keep playing. If you walk away from it for too long, then you are going to forget how the mechanics work, and then you're not going to be able to progress. Leisure Suit's gonna get late. To be fair, you do remember, right, that we tried looking and Leisure Suit Larry, the one that you got anyway, it doesn't have a category on Steam. I mean, not Steam, on Twitch. It doesn't have a category on Twitch. I mean, I guess I could stream it under the category of a different Leisure Larry game. I don't think people would mind too much. Yeah. But yeah, there are how did I not see that? There are some games how you just have to keep playing. You can just play it under just chatting. But those are wrong categories anyway. Oh yeah, that's a good point. maybe. Um mm. There are games like Castlevania. I haven't been able to complete that despite having been streaming that one game for like what, a year now? because I go back to it and then I've forgotten all of the muscle memory and then I have to restart it from the beginning. I've had to restart that game who knows how many times. I was playing Castlevania before before I was even a VTuber. I was PNG tuber when I started playing that game and streaming it. So yeah. um so yeah, and with Batman too, cuz I'm playing Batman on hard mode and Poison Ivy has been whipping my patootie. Like I think I tried streaming tried to defeat her in like 2 separate streams and she just kept beating me. That's another game how you have to play it um consistently and not walk away from it. People pay extra to get beat up by Poison Ivy. Oh, actually, there's a Batman cartoon movie. The Batman cartoon movies, a lot of them are actually super good. And they're more mature. Like there's some that are rated R. R. And there was one. It was Batman versus Jack the Ripper. And the beginning of that movie, I still gotta finish it. I didn't get past the first part. I stopped and never jumped back into it for some reason. But the movie begins with Poison Ivy, who's a stripper. And she's like on the stage stripping down. It's kind of funny how it's like she's on the stage and she's slowly stripping and doing a dance, and then one guy in the crowd is like, "Take it all off already!" Come on, hurry up and take it off. There's always that one guy. There's always that one guy in the strip club who just cannot wait. Just take it off already. I still gotta finish it. That's just me in VR chat. I was gonna say. Oh yeah. One of my favorite Batman cartoon movies, is the Dark Knight. No, wait. Yeah. The Dark Knight Returns, which is different from the Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises is the live action movie. Dark Knight Returns is a cartoon movie that is based on a comic. I think I mentioned it before on stream, but it's super good. It takes place after Batman has retired. He's like, he's like in his late 50s, maybe? Late 50s, early 60s, somewhere around there. And then things happen, and then then he becomes Batman again. It's super good. Super duper good. And there's also Under the Red Hood. Under the Red Hood is super good. The Killing Joke, people have mixed feelings on because that's based on a comic. But they added the first half. The first half of the movie is made up, not based on the comic. But I can understand why they did that because the Killing Joke comic is really short. Like really, really short. So they would not have been able to make a whole movie out of what was just there in the comic. And there's I like the Dark Knight movie with Martin Lawrence. Hold on. Oh wait, that's Black Knight. Never mind. Oh, okay. But yeah, the other reason why they expanded on it is because with the Killing Joke comic, um, excuse me, it shows Batgirl. She's not donning the Batgirl cloak. She's just at home with her dad, and Joker comes in, and I'm not sure how much I can say. It's pretty bad what Joker does to her. Um, and people who weren't fans of the comic did complain. Um, oh, you just put Batgirl in there just to be a victim. You know, that whole argument thing. Batgirl went that. What the Batty? Actually, Batgirl and Batman do have sex in that cartoon. Mm. Because Batgirl and Batman do have a thing for each other. Mm. Which was it was first um mm, it was first what's the word? It was first revealed in the Batman cartoon series called I think it's called Beyond Batman. Um it was verified that yeah, Batman and Batgirl um did have a thing. Batman Beyond, that's it. Yeah. I wish I watched more Batman Beyond. It was pretty good. And what I really like about Paul Dini's Batman, what I really like about Paul Dini's Batman is that he was not afraid to go dark. Terry was a clone of Bruce. Commissioner was the old Batgirl. Yeah. They talk about him fucking. Yeah. So yeah, with the Killing Joke cartoon, what they did to kind of help out with that whole thing so that it didn't just look like Batgirl was just thrown in there to be solely a victim in it, you know, was that they made the first half of the movie all about Batgirl. How it kind of like leads up to what happens. Not everyone was happy with it because they're like, hey, this isn't in the comic. but again, they kind of had to with how short the Killing Joke is. I mean, I guess they could have made it a short film. They could have made it a short film. But for a whole movie, yeah, they really needed to, um, to make it longer. I liked it. It wasn't the best, but I did enjoy it. One of my favorite parts is how it's like a mini yacht or something like that. Maybe not a yacht. Like one of those super pricey boats, you know? And it blows up and a guy's severed hand flings into the water. I loved that part. I was like, whoa! I actually rewound it and paused it. My dad was watching with me. I'm like, Dad, look at that! Look at that! The explosion blew his hand off and it blew in the water. And Dad's like, yeah, I see it. I was just so surprised. Like, oh my gosh. Wow, they did that. That's so cool. I am a horror fan, so I am a horror movie fan. So yeah. One of these days, I should watch all the Batman cartoon movies because I haven't seen all of them. I've seen most of them. And there's free real estate. One of these days, I should watch them all and rank them. I think that would be fun. I just really love the idea of ranking things. I really wish that we could, excuse me. I really wish that we could watch things, like have, watch-alongs because then we could do it so that we watch something that's part of what we're going to be ranking, and then we all talk about where we would rank them. There was there one that they made like samurais and shit. Yeah, that one. I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. That one was interesting. Like, I think I liked it, but it does certainly take a while for your head to wrap around it. I think the thing that I didn't like about it was that they tried to stuff so many of the Batman villains into it, but those Batman villains only get like 2 seconds of screen time. I'm like, why even add them? Why even add them in the movie if they're only gonna be there for 2 seconds? And the one Robin having those monkey friends was a little weird. Not gonna lie. That was a little weird. That was a little weird. Besides that, it was kind of interesting. There were parts of it that I liked. Or like there was one part how they changed the animation. That part was pretty cool. Imagine rolling up on Batman and he start fighting you with 3 swords like Zorro from One Piece. Batman, are you okay? Why are you using swords, man? Oh yeah, speaking of, if I remember correctly, that's why... Was it why he retired in Batman Beyond? I think that was why Batman retired in Batman Beyond, right? That he grabbed a gun and he almost shot somebody because he was getting older, so he was having a hard time fighting, and then the bad guy was getting away and he almost grabbed a gun and shot him to stop him, and then he felt ashamed about it, and that's why he quit. Like I said, Paul Dini, I think that Paul Dini is probably one of the most top writers for Batman. He just understands the characters so freaking well. He got old and had heart issues. Oh, had a heart attack mid-fight and grabbed the gun. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the heart attack bit. But yeah. Then Waller went and cloned him. Make Terry the little shit. Yeah, and he even planned to have his parents killed in the same way. I remember that. That he actually tried to stage it so that Terry's parents were murdered after going to the theater and going into a dark alley. He actually was planning on that happening, I think. Or maybe it wasn't Batman. Maybe it was that that lady that like I don't remember her name. The lady who set up the Suicide Squad. I think it might have been her actually and not Batman. But someone did. I do remember that being an episode. How somebody tried to orchestrate that. That's Waller? Oh, gotcha. Amanda Waller, yeah. Thank you so much for clearing that up. Yeah, for some reason when you said Waller, I thought that you meant Wayne, but we're doing like a weird spelling, like being silly. But yeah, Amanda Waller. Yeah. I liked Batman Beyond, but half of it is me wanting backhand Terry. That's fair. But yeah, I really liked Batman Beyond. Yeah, I'll be a big success just like you. Yeah, it's really hard to write teenage characters because teenagers are brats. Teenagers are little pricks, So it's really hard to write a teenager character that feels like a teenager but is also but that you also don't want to strangle. It's very easy to fall into the I hate this teenager, I want to smack him. It's really hard to do. Man, I need to watch Batman Beyond, the Batman animated series. I still have no idea why with the cuz with the third Batman game, Arkham Knight, I think I heard that they didn't even ask Paul Dini if he wanted to be a part of it. It's like, what the heck, man? He wrote the first 2 games. I mean, I did hear that it was still good, Batman Arkham Knight, but still, man, Paul Dini. He's like a master at writing Batman stuff. Oh, there was one episode, because I was talking about how he's not afraid to go dark. There was one episode of Batman Beyond, how, I forget what was in Batman's head. It was like a voice in his head. I forget where it was from. And the voice was actually telling him to jump out the window and kill himself. That was wild. Like, they allowed this on a kid's show? They allowed suicidal thoughts in a kid's show? That was wild. But I did hear there were quite a few times that, like, they wanted to put certain things in the Batman cartoons, and executives were like, nah. You are not allowed to have this on a cartoon. On this cartoon. Probably the darkest thing, though, that they have in the Batman cartoons is, Harley Quinn and Joker, with showing, the abusive relationship. For those who didn't watch it, there's an episode how Joker, he wants to put Batman in a piranha tank, but he wants the piranhas to be smiling at him while they eat him, but he can't figure it out. And so Harley, without telling him, Harley gets a tank of piranhas and is somehow able to capture Batman and strings him upside down in the tank. And Joker comes in and he's like, "What are you doing?" And Harley's like, "Look, Mr. J, with Batman being upside down, it looks like they're smiling at him. Aren't you so proud of me?" And instead of being proud of her, Joker smacks her. He beats her up and then throws her out the window. Yeah. I think that was the first episode that showed that that she is in an abusive relationship. And then later in the episode, it shows Harley, and she's in the hospital, and she's saying to herself, "That Mr. J, that no good, rotten, horrible, stinking." She's like insulting him, and then she looks at the bedside table, and there's flowers and a note from Joker saying like sorry or whatever, and she goes, "Angel." It's like, yeah, that's a really bad, really bad relationship. But it's true though. It's true though that there's so many people that are in relationships like that, how the guy just says, "Oh, I'm sorry," or the lady, because it happens in reverse too, with women being abusive to their boyfriends. They just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I won't do it again," and then the person goes back to them. So yeah. Sorry I beat the shit out of you. You had to go to the hospital. Here's some flowers. Yeah, basically. So yeah, I'm really surprised that they let Paul Dini do that with the cartoon. But I think it was really important though, because it did show that they just do not have a healthy relationship. That he is very, very abusive. But of course, then Harley goes to Poison Ivy and they become lesbians, so. Maybe she'll be happier with Poison Ivy. Like, I don't think in a cartoon, I don't think they straight up said that they were, like, romantic. But I think it was implied. I'm not sure, because I do know there's an episode. Because I know there is an episode where Harley gets fed up with Joker. And she goes to Poison Ivy's place and lives there for a bit. I do know that they did, like in the comics or something like that, they did verify that Harley Quinn is indeed bisexual. She's bisexual. Batwoman is lesbian. And there's one of the Robins. One of the Robins is bisexual as well. I don't remember which one, though. There's so many Robins! Because, like, there's the first Robin, who was Nightwing. Who became Nightwing. Sorry. And then there's the Robin, who died. How Joker killed him. Oh, this is so interesting. So, this is how the plotline of... Oh, I'm out of time. Here's how the plotline of Robin dying from being killed by Joker. The way that came about was that it happened in the comics. Excuse me. So what happened was that Joker kidnapped Robin, right? And it turned out that everyone hated that version of Robin. The writers hated him, the viewers hated him. Absolutely everyone hated that version of Robin. And so the writers, they sent out a poll. They did a poll in their magazine comic strip thing. And they asked people, do you want Robin to die? You have the choice. Should Robin survive Joker, or should he be killed by Joker? And the majority vote was that Robin die. And that's how that plotline came to be. Which is just crazy. That is just absolutely crazy. But yeah, so there's that Robin. Excuse me. And then I think there was another Robin. There was one more after him. And then there's the Robin that's Batman's son. Like Batman's biological son, because Batman got it on with Talia. Robin got voted off the island. There was Batman's son with Talia. Fucking Damian! Yeah, Damian! Like, there's because they have like 2 Batman cartoons with Damian. And was it the second or third Robin that became the Red Hood? That was the one who died. The second one, I think. Because what happened was that he was killed by Joker, and then Ra's al Ghul put Robin in the Lazarus Pit, and then the Lazarus Pit brought him back to life. And then he became the Red Hood. Or at least that's how it happened in the cartoon. I'm not 100% sure, like, how the comics did it. If the comics did do it. But yeah, that's what happened in the... Yeah, what you said? Okay, gotcha. So yeah. Oh, it's gonna be ads in a minute. Alrighty, guys. It's the same in the cartoon movies? Oh, Oh, gotcha. That's good, that's good. It's gonna be ads in a minute, and I don't want anybody to miss anything, even though it is just Mahjong and me talking. but still. So we are going to be switching to the BRB screen. My throat is feeling a little so I am gonna be drinking some water. I think the main problem is me waking up and then instantly yappa. So yeah, I will see you guys in a maybe is it 2 minutes? I'm not sure. But I will see you guys soon. Oh, there we go. Has the game been muted this entire time? I hope not. The game might have been muted this entire time. I'm sorry. Hello everyone, I am back. So yeah, after Damien, one of the next Robins was, in The Dark Knight Returns, and it's the first female Robin. There is a female Robin in The Dark Knight Returns. Those are the Robins I know of. The first one who became Nightwing. Bro, what? She sucks! Oh. Are you talking about the comic version of her? No one claims her! I thought she was okay in the cartoon. She was okay. She's not the best Robin, but... But yeah, that's all the Robins I know. Darkwing, Red Hood, Damien, oh yeah, it's the third Robin. The third Robin is bisexual. The one that looks like a shitty Velma in a costume? Yeah, that one! That is true, that is true. She does indeed look kind of like a Velma. Oh, I remember watching a video on the Velma TV show. That looks so bad. Man, that Velma TV show looks so horrible. But of course, what it looks like, from what the person explained in the YouTube video, what it seems like, she's just the writers trying to diversify. From what the YouTuber explained, what it seems like with the Velma cartoon TV show. For those of you who don't know, there was a Velma TV show that came out a few years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, I'm not sure. And it's like takes place in modern times, and it's about Velma, but nobody is like themselves. All the characters, they don't feel like the Scooby Gang. But what it feels like is that, the lady who wrote it, this is what it feels like, from what I saw from the YouTube video about it. What it looks like is that, didn't that one get major flack for being a shitty show? Yeah, that one! What it looks like is that the lady who made it, she had this idea for an original character, an original story, and absolutely everyone hated it. Nobody would, pick up the rights. It sounded like another case of diversify again. And so, what she did, this is what it feels like happened. I'm not saying this is what happened, but it feels like what happened was that she took her original characters, and then she bought the rights to Scooby-Doo, and then she simply took her already created characters and used the Scooby-Doo gang's names, but it is her original characters, not the actual Scooby Gang. That's what it very much feels like. And it wasn't just a case of diversify, it was a case of someone who has a lot of hatred for the world. It was full of, like, white bashing and just... it was not good. It was, like, bashing anybody and everybody, mostly, people who are Caucasian. It was very racist. It's a TV show equivalent of using mods in a game. So yeah. It's basically one of those cases of I'm gonna make characters just to vent my frustrations. One of those cases, which is never good. You shouldn't make characters with the sole purpose of trying to make a point. Or at least in my opinion. It was just so bad. And it got a second season too. But I think, like the guy in the YouTube video explained, what probably happened was that it was one season, but they broke it into 2 parts. How they like held on to the second half and released it as a second season. Because almost nobody wanted a second season of that show. Yeah. Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate that that even had to happen. There it is. Hey, Pikachu. Yeah, I do need to watch the Batman cartoons again. I do miss it. I remember I was doing, I think I mentioned on stream before that before I was like finding out about the different Batman characters and stuff. I wanted to be so I was pretty obsessed with Batman. It's just such a cool franchise. I will say that I do think I like DC more than Marvel. I know a lot of people prefer Marvel, mostly because the Marvel live-action movies are better. Or at least a lot of them are better than the DC ones. But overall, I do prefer DC. Although I never really got into Marvel. I'll have to try it out at some point. The only Marvel character that I really know about is Spider-Man, and that's basically it. I only know about Spider-Man, and I did watch the first 2 Thor movies. I think I watched the first 2 Thor movies, which were okay. They were okay. I will have to dive more into Marvel at some point. And thank you for letting me rant and rave about Batman. I don't have many people that I can rant to. Yeah, that's one thing, is that, everything that I'm into, the one with his daughter was trash. Oh, you talking about Thor? Thor has a daughter? I didn't know Thor had a daughter. Maybe that was the 3rd Thor movie. Oh yeah, that might have been a 3rd Thor, because I think I remember, there was a trailer that showed, like, a female version of Thor. What, is that the one that you mean? Yeah, I am kind of against, taking a superhero and trying to make a reverse gender version of him. It just always feels weird. It's like, just in my personal opinion, instead of taking a character, an already established character, and trying to make a reverse gender version of them, you should instead just make your own character and have them stand on their own 2 feet instead of just trying to shoehorn them in. That's my personal view on it. Oh, I remember I tried watching the live-action Supergirl TV show, and I did not like it. The writing was ugh. But of course, I only watched the first episode. Maybe it got better from that point. But yeah, I was not impressed. Thor: Love and Thunder. It's the one with Christian Bale as Vilangor and God Butcher. Gotcha. Yeah, I never watched that one. I only saw like a very brief trailer that showed like it was the one how like Thor, he tries to grab his hammer that's flying through the air, and then what looks like a female version of Thor grabs the hammer. Yeah. That did feel like a case of shoehorning, in my opinion. Of hey, we're gonna make a female version of Thor and she's going to be stronger than the male one. Cause like, I'm not against having strong female characters, but with so many, I'm trying to think of how to word this. There are so many movies and things, how it feels very forced. How the female character, she just instantly is more powerful just because. That always feels really awkward. Girl power, yeah. Like, I never watched it, but I watched a video on it on Miss Marvel, and that's one example of it, of making a overpowered female character. Yeah. Or one really good example is a live-action Mulan movie. The cartoon Mulan movie is fantastic. I love that movie. But with the live-action version, she is instantly powerful. She has superpowers that usually only men have. Because in the movie, there's superpowers for some weird reason. So it's like, she never fights her way to the top. She's just instantly given everything that she needs, right? And that's not fun to watch, in my opinion. If you're gonna have a strong female character, you should have her fight her way to the top, because it makes her more relatable. Like, allow her to fail, allow her to mess up, you know? Because that does make the character a lot more likable. Oh! No! I misclicked! Clicked, no! Ah, well. But yeah. Because, like... Oh, like, another example of, like, not allowing your female characters to fail. There was one movie I watched with my dad at some point. I don't remember the name of it. It was like aliens have landed on the planet and these army people are trying to kill the aliens. I think that was the plot line. And it was about this group of soldiers, and it was mostly guys with one lady. Excuse me. And of course the lady makes it to the end of the movie, even though most of her squad dies. And of course she never gets injured, while the rest of her squad members... That narrows it down! I'm sorry! But it's like, I felt so frustrated, because I'm like, oh, a bunch of the guys died, a bunch of the guys got injured, but she's perfectly fine. I hate it when movies do that. How they basically put the female characters on a pedestal. Like, this is our precious female character and nothing can harm her. As if showing a female character get injured is like a bad thing. In their eyes, it's a bad thing. Which is just so weird. Cause like I think they're trying to go for equality, right? Gender equality? But that's not equality. That's putting your female characters above the male characters, and that's not what you want. What you want is for them to be on equal standing. Like, another example. There was a horror movie I saw on TV. I just saw, part of it before I shut it off. And there was a monster that was killing off everybody, as is in some horror movies. and it showed the monster kill the guy, right? And the guy gets completely mauled. He gets like torn apart. It's gruesome and bloody. He gets completely torn apart by this monster. But then the female character, she gets attacked, and she gets attacked off screen. You just hear a little scream, and then there's shadows, and that's it. It's like, come on, really? You're not gonna show the female character get torn apart and mauled, even though the guy got torn apart and mauled? That's just... yeah. This might be an unpopular opinion, I just realized, but... but yeah, I do kinda... that's just in my opinion. I think that, like, if the guy can get torn apart and mauled, the girl should also be torn apart and mauled. I know that sounds bad. But I hope you get what I mean. I hope you get what I mean. That when writing a female character, you don't want her to be better than the guy. You don't want it to be so that she never gets hurt, never makes mistakes, that she's like this perfect being. Just write girls as you would write the guy, you know? AJ just wanted to see females started. Although I know that's a chicken pow wow. But actually that does remind me of something. Have you ever watched the 1980s thriller movie The Hitcher? Do let me know, Tanner. Have you ever seen The Hitcher? It's from the 1980s. I don't remember the name of the actor. There's one actor in it. He's got like bright blue eyes. I can't remember any other movies he was in. But yeah, there's this 1980s movie called The Hitcher. And, there's a part in the movie how, gotta IMDb that real quick. The 1980s version, because they did make a more modern version, which I heard was not that good. But with the 1980s version, there's a part how 1986, yeah. There's a part how the bad guy, he kidnaps the girl. Hutcher Hart is the main character. Yeah. The guy who plays the bad guy is the one with the bright blue eyes. Never even heard of it. It's really good. It's really good in my opinion. And it's semi-based on a true story too. It's loosely based on a true story. Well, what it is that it's based on a song, and the song is based on a true story. The true story behind it was that there was a serial killer who would be a hitchhiker. He would hitchhike, and then he would kill the people that the people that picked him up. And there was a song that was made later based on it. I don't remember the name of the song. Oh wait, he's the bad guy? Yeah. And then he's got the blue eyes, yeah. and then they made the movie, and I think the movie's based on the song. But they do reference the true events in the movie because, with the real life case, he went into the car of a family and he murdered the family, and they reference that in the movie. They show him in the car with a family and then he kills the family. But yeah, there's a part in the movie, because you were talking about girls being torn in half. It's that in the movie, he takes the girl and he ties her hands to one truck, and you know, those really big trucks. He ties her hands to one and then ties her feet to a different one, and then he gets in one of the trucks and he's like slowly driving forward, you know, stretching her out, and he has the good guy of the story get into the truck with him, and he tells him, shoot me or I'm going to kill her, and he gives him his gun and he's like, you have to shoot me, stretching her out. Yeah, streamer please. You know what I mean, because she's like tied up, hands on one truck and hands and feet on the other truck, and he's driving forward, I think the truck that has how her hands are tied to it, and he tells the hero of the movie, shoot me or I'm going to tear her in half, and the good guy refuses to do it, and then the bad guy drives forward and she gets torn in half. And originally, because in the movie he like drives forward and then it cuts away, and then it shows the and it doesn't show the aftermath of it at all. It like cuts to the next scene. But originally with the movie, stretching her out and tearing her in half, I've seen this, just not in this movie. It's usually on a different side. No! But yeah, originally the director, he wanted to show it on screen, show her getting torn in half by the two trucks. But the higher ups were like, no, you cannot show this, no, it is way too graphic, no. So they had to cut that from the movie. But I think the director said that that's his only regret with that movie, was that he wasn't able to put that scene in there. So yeah. But it is a really good movie though. I really enjoy it. How like the bad guy and the hero of the story, they have a really weird relationship. How like the bad guy, he seems like obsessed with the hero, and he like wants the hero to kill him. It's like really weird. How like the main character, he's at one point he's like, why are you doing this to me? And the bad guy doesn't answer. It's really interesting. It is very interesting. And like it never explains. It never explains why the bad guy latched onto him and was trying to force the main character to kill him and everything. It's one of those speculative things. But I do really like that movie, and I do recommend it. I don't remember the name of the real serial killer that it's based on. Prob wanted to stretch him out too. Oh boy. Oh boy. I should watch it again at some point. It's been a long time. It has been a very long time since I last watched it. Another movie that I really love, is No Country for Old Men. I super love No Country for Old Men. Definitely one of my top favorites. The Coen brothers did a great job. I tried to read the book, because No Country for Old Men is based on a book. I tried reading the book, but it's so hard to read because there are no quotation marks. There are no quotation marks, so it's almost impossible to know when someone's talking. It was so hard to read. I did try. I got to a certain point, and then I was like, yeah, I'm getting a headache. I'm getting a headache trying to figure out who's saying what. I have no idea why it was written like that, but I think the Coen brothers said that that was one thing that made them want to make a movie out of it. I can't believe it. That was one thing that drew the Coen brothers to it, because he said that it practically reads like a script. That was what attracted them to it. I haven't seen too many Coen brother movies. I've heard that some of their other stuff is really good. I should try out some of their other stuff at some point, because I've mostly just watched No Country for Old Men. There we are! We finally got it. We finally got it. Okay, I will be right back. I just have to go to the bathroom real quick. But I shall be back. I will be right back. Do 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 do. Da da da. Hello, I am back, and my cat is on my desk. Kitty, what are you doing, kitty? Oh, he's messing with the tracking. Okay, you gotta move, Boop. Come on, kitty. Oh, you knocked stuff over. Come on, kitty, you gotta move, bud. Another movie that I super duper love that I should watch again at some point. I've watched it like 3 times, I think. Speak, kitty, share your wisdom with us. Another movie that I've watched that I really, really love is Lawrence of Arabia. I don't know how many of you know about that movie. That movie's from like the 1960s or 70s. I think 70s. I think Lawrence of Arabia is 1970s, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I absolutely love that movie. I need to watch it again at some point. But it's based on the true story of a guy named Lawrence. And the movie is like over 3 hours long or something like that. It's long. I think that's how long it is, over 3 hours. Like, it even has the intermission and everything. When I was a kid, instead of saying intermission, I used to say intermination. Hey, look, it's the intermination! But yeah, I really like, and I want to watch more movies like that. The, like, older, long ones that are super long. Like, I also loved Gandhi. The super long movie Gandhi. Was that like in the 80s or 90s? I don't remember when. It was like maybe the 90s? But yeah, there was a Gandhi movie that was super duper good. One of my favorite scenes in the movie Gandhi was how there was this group of people, I think they were followers of Gandhi, and they got gunned down by these soldiers, and it was like men, women, and children that all got slaughtered. And the guy who was in charge of the shooting, he gets taken into a room with the higher up, and he's asked why he did it, why he ordered the soldiers to kill them, and he's like, they were rebelling or whatever, they were a threat, so I had them gunned down. And his higher up is like, how were women and children a threat? And he's like, he couldn't answer. That scene is really good. That scene is really, really good. Like, it's hard to describe how it's good, but it is. But I don't like all old, long movies. Let me think. I remember trying, Gone with the Wind. I remember trying that, and I wasn't, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. Maybe I'll watch it again, because I only watched it once, and I think I was a little too young for it. So I do want to try out Gone with the Wind again at some point. And this is I think, have I mentioned this before? Even though I'm a Christian, I do not like the 10 Commandments. I am not a fan of the 10 Commandments movie. I mean, it's okay. It's okay, but yeah, me not a fan of it. Because that's one of those super long movies. How long is 10 Commandments? 3 to 4 hours? It's long. Yeah, me not a fan. Me not a fan. I don't think there are any others that I've seen. Like those older, super long movies. I do want to try more out, though. I just really like old movies, man. I grew up on Charlie Chaplin. I grew up on Charlie Chaplin and Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Other kids were watching Ed, Edd and Eddy, and I was watching Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Cary Grant. I see it. Okay, yeah, it was there. Now we can do the hint. Because if there's only 1 or 2 moves, then you can do the hint. Which is good for saving time. Because it is timed. Yeah. So we can get that. There we are. Do 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 do. Man, now I really want to watch Lawrence of Arabia. Oh, I remember back in the day, my mom used to, maybe I mentioned this before, that, to help me and my siblings go to sleep, my mom would just play Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, because, you know, that movie is so freaking long that we usually fell asleep in the middle of it. Oh yeah, that's another super long movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know what I think of that movie now. I would have to rewatch it. Dick Van Dyke is 99! I think he turns 100 either this month or next. He is turning 100 this year. He had better make it, gosh darn it. He needs to beat Betty White. Betty White almost made it. Didn't she like die when she was like a month or 2 before reaching 100? It's like, come on, couldn't you have just stayed alive a month longer? So yeah, Dick Van Dyke needs to make it. I do know that Bob Hope made it to 100. I do know that Bob Hope made it to 100. Oh yeah, those are movies I used to watch as a kid as well. The Bob Hope and Bing Crosby Road 2 movies. I used to watch those a lot. And at some point, I do want to continue our watching horror movies, because watching that black and white horror movie was a lot of fun. The White Zombie one, that was fun. I do wish we could also watch modern horror movies, but obviously can't show them on stream, which is unfortunate. And it's hard to do it how if it's not shown on stream, because like different people are gonna be watching it on different platforms probably. Some people are gonna have ads, some people aren't. So it's really hard to do a watch along in that way. I'm not sure what horror movie I'm gonna watch next, cause was it the last one I watched? One of the last ones I watched was called Psycho, The Large Family. I gotta call it a night. Gotta get up later and run errands. I'll leave a lurk though. Thank you so much for the lurk. Have a great one, Tanner. Thank you for chatting up with me. It's been so much fun just chatting and hanging out, and thank you so much. I hope that you get a good night's rest and stay safe while running those errands, and thank you again, my dude. I'll see you later. The last horror movie I watched was, Psycho, The Large Family. And I wouldn't really call it a horror movie. It felt more like crime thriller to me. Because, like, oh man, how to describe it? How, like, there's this guy, he marries this lady who has a whole bunch of kids. Her husband had disappeared, and they're on a documentary about large families, in Japan. Because it's a Japanese movie. And I don't know. It just did not feel like a horror movie to me. It was a subtle horror, which means that, well, there's probably an official name for it, but, it's one of those horror movies how it doesn't quite feel like a horror movie. When you first view it, you have to notice all the little details to get the full story of what's going on. It's basically like, it's compared to Lake Mungo. I do need to watch Lake Mungo again at some point, because I watched it once, and excuse me, I do think that Lake Mungo achieved what The Large Family was trying to better, because even though I only watched it once, with Lake Mungo, after watching it, I just felt this creepy this creepy unease. I just felt this really creepy unease, like nothing happened in the movie, and yet I just feel very creeped out. It's really hard to describe, but I just felt very unnerved by the movie, even though I couldn't point out why I felt unnerved. And it's because the movie has like these tiny little details, or at least what I've heard, is that there are these tiny little details that you have to look out for. So I do want to watch it again to notice those little details. But yeah, Psycho, The Large Family, it's the same concept, how it seems like a family drama documentary, but then there are little details that you notice that is the horror of it. And I watched a video on what those hidden horrors were, because I finished watching the movie and I was like, this is a horror movie? Where's, like, what? Because like I said, with Lake Mungo, even though nothing happened, I felt an unease and creepiness. But with Psycho, The Large Family, I didn't feel that. So I watched the video on it. What's the YouTuber's name? Rainbot, I think. She made a video on it, on the hidden things, and I still didn't feel creeped out by it. I was like, yeah, that's like kind of creepy, I guess, but I don't know. Like one person pointed out, it's like a game of Where's Waldo. It's basically what it kind of feels like, a game of Where's Waldo. But yeah, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I do wish I could have, cause subtle horror is I really wish I knew the name for it, for horror that's like that. But yeah, I really do love that concept of something doesn't feel right, but you can't put your finger on it, and then you rewatch it and go, oh, that's why. And then it gets creepier and creepier the more you look into it. That kind of stuff is so hard to pull off. But it's amazing when, excuse me, when they are able to pull that off, though. But yeah, I do need to rewatch Lake Mungo. I need to rewatch it so I can see what those hidden horror things are. But yeah, I don't know what horror movie I'm gonna watch next. I might have explained this before, I'm not sure. But what I basically do is that I go to Letterboxd, and then I use a random number generator to pick a random year. But yeah, oh wait. So yeah, I go to Letterboxd, and then I'm trying to think of how to describe it. I go to Letterboxd, I go to the horror category, and then I put the horror category in order of year released. And then I grab a number generator that picks a random year, and then I go to that specific year, and I go through Letterboxd with the horror movies listed in that year, and I just pick whichever one I'm able to watch. There is that. There's also a golf anime that I need to finish watching. There's a golf anime that from this year that I've been enjoying, even though I don't like golf. I don't like golf, but I am enjoying it. Maybe I'll watch a horror movie tonight, actually. I'm kinda in the mood. I'll use the number generator method and just pick a random horror movie. What's really frustrating is when, cause my therapist, he also loves horror. Sometimes he'll be like, oh, there's this one horror movie that's really good. You should check it out. I think you'd like it. And then I look and I'm like, I can't watch it because it's on a paid subscription service that I don't have. Because he has Netflix and I don't. I'm like, darn it. I can't watch this horror movie that my therapist recommended me because... because I don't have access to it. Oh man, sorry. But yeah, the reason why I do that convoluted method of going to Letterboxd and choosing a random year and then picking a random movie from that year, the reason why I do that is because sites that recommend horror movies, they always recommend the same horror movies over and over and over. There's not a lot of variety when it comes to recommended horror movies. It's all stuff that everyone's already seen already. But with the random number generator method of picking horror movies, I've been able to find a lot of hidden gems. Or I was really disappointed. I was really sad. There's this one YouTube channel that's one of those, like, you know, bunch of subscribers, the ones that have like a whole bunch of subscribers, how, I'm trying to think of how they, how it's like a lot of like, countdown, ranking and countdown videos. And, most of the videos by that channel are and they always name the same stuff that everyone else names. But, they had some videos by one member of that YouTube channel. It was one guy. And, it was done really simply. It was just that one guy, sitting in his room or whatever. And he recommended a lot of movies of different genres, different, like, horror movie subgenres that, how he, like, I'm trying to think, how he was, like, horror movies of this subgenre that nobody has seen, that nobody knows about. And I really liked those. Those were really, really good. He named, like, quite a few how I'm like, yeah, I've never heard of this before. And I even learned about some horror subgenres. It was just really, really cool. But then, for some odd reason, that YouTube channel, they, like, I don't know if they fired the guy or whatever, but not only did he not post any more videos, but they deleted all of his videos from the channel. I was like, what the hecky? This is how I was learning about a lot of obscure horror. How dare you do this to me? I mean, it's understandable if it turns out that he, like, maybe he did something bad or whatever. Maybe he was fired for a good reason. Oh man, my throat. Hold on. But I was still really sad that I wasn't able to continue watching those. Because I want more YouTube videos like that. I want more YouTube countdown and ranking videos of horror movies with obscure horror subgenres that practically no one else knows about, you know? Because those are the horror movies that I like watching. The non-popular ones. Excuse me. The ones how, like, not many people know about it. Because there's some really good ones. There's some super duper good ones out there. Nope. Avil. This one's a toughie. So I'm not even 100% sure where the thingamajiggers are. Ooh. 2 points! How many of you have watched Chad Vader? I miss watching Chad Vader. I need to watch him again. Like, in my Discord, I did post one video from Chad Vader. How he gets to ride the General Lee from Duke Boys. And there's going to be ads in a minute. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna be switching to the BRB screen so that nobody misses anything. But yeah, there's a funny video I posted in a Discord of Chad Vader, because Chad Vader, it's a YouTube channel series how Chad Vader is Darth Vader's brother, but he works at a supermarket. It's pretty funny. Okay, we're gonna be switching to the BRB screen, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye. I'll be right back. Hello. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Hello, welcome back from the ads. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming for too much longer because my throat is a little bit because I haven't been streaming too much lately. That's my bad. I'm really sorry about that. So my throat isn't used to doing this much talking, and I just woke up. I woke up and then streamed. Like all the time I had to do before stream was grab a donut and coffee, and then I hit live. So yeah. But we'll stream for a little bit longer though. But I do thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I am really sorry that my streaming has been so blicky-blicky. Hopefully I can fix that soon. Hopefully I'll be able to stream a lot more next week. One reason why I didn't stream a lot this week is because I've just been so busy. I had a lot of appointments. I had more appointments than I usually do. Because, I do have at least one appointment every week due to therapy, you know. But I also have sometimes doctor appointments and whatnot. So, yeah. Ooh, there's a match right there. Oh, and I haven't forgotten that we might do a Hell of a Boss watch along at some point. And another thing I would love to watch with you guys is Snapcube. Snapcube stuff is just so freaking good. Like, they recently released the real-time fan dub of the first Kingdom Hearts game, and it is so freaking good. I love that. That one, it's so freaking funny. They're just so freaking good. Oh my god. Yeah, after stream I might watch a horror movie. Because that's what I'm in the mood for. Oh, no wonder I couldn't see any matches. Because there were none. That's funny. Oh boy. And also on my Letterboxd, I'm also gonna make a bunch of horror movie horror movie subgenre lists. Because there's so many horror subgenres, and there are subgenres that most people don't like know. Because like I try to look up horror movie subgenres and they always list the same like 10 subgenres. It's like there's so many more than just 10. There's so many niche ones. There's so many niche horror subgenres. Like, I can't think of any genre horror subgenres at the moment, but there are a lot of like there are a lot of them. Maybe not some of the niche ones, but some that I know of. Let me think. There's body horror, there's mockumentary, there's found footage, there's nature horror, teen scream, there are just so many. Oh, and what's it called? French Extremity. Yeah, there's also French Extremity. There's that one. I've only seen one French Extremity movie. Because there was someone who made like a it was a list of the more well-known French Extremity movies, and they ranked it by most tame up to most extreme. Because for those of you who don't know, French Extremity horror films, they are like really, really dark. They have like all kinds of like the worst horrific things that could happen to somebody. They are like, yeah, very, very much not kid friendly. They are like, woo, they are crazy. And I watched one of the ones that was near the bottom of the list, one of the more tame ones. And it was pretty tame. It was a lot more tame than I thought it was gonna be. The one that I watched, I don't remember the name of it, but basically there's this there are these two ladies who are friends. And one of them the main character has a crush on the other one. But I don't think the other girl doesn't know that she has a crush on her. The other lady has a crush on her. But they're friends. And the one who doesn't know, she invites the one who has a crush on her to her family home, which is kinda in the middle of nowhere. It's like a farmhouse. And in the middle of the night, a trucker comes in and kills pretty much everyone, and then kidnaps the girl. And so the main character, the one who has a crush on her, she's like chasing down she's trying to rescue her friend and stop the trucker. But yeah, it was pretty tame for a French extremity. I don't know if it's called extremity or extremity. But yeah, it was a lot more tame than I thought it was gonna be. But of course it was on the bottom of that list, so maybe at some point I'll track down that video again and watch the next one. But I hear they get very, very dark. I know one of probably the French extremity movie that's the most well-known is probably The Martyrs. That's probably the most well-known one, because that's one of the more extreme ones. And there's also one that's pretty extreme. It's mostly extreme because of one scene. How, like, the scene feels very realistic and brutal, which is why a lot of people can't handle it. I won't say what happens in that scene, but yeah. That one's pretty well known, because what is with that movie is that it goes backwards. It shows, like, the series of events, but backwards. Everything in reverse. But I've heard it's really good. That one scene is, like, really horrific to watch. But I've heard that the movie overall is, like, really, really good. And I've heard most mixed things about murders. Most people just can't handle it. Well, it must be pretty bad. I might try it out at some point. I don't think I've seen a horror movie yet that's been too extreme for me. But of course I haven't seen too many super extreme movies. Like, I've never seen any of the Human Centipede movies, but I did watch a video of a guy explaining the second movie, and whew, it sounds crazy. Super explicit, super wild. Just like, whoa. Excuse me. That, the Human Centipede sequel just sounds so crazy. They just made it like as dark and disgusting as they possibly could, basically. Because I do watch a lot of videos that like talk about horror movies. Probably that one. Yeah, now I'm just super in the mood for horror. I want to fill up my Letterboxd. Because basically what I'm using my Letterboxd for is just solely horror movies. Like horror and thriller, that kind of thing. Because I did have a Letterboxd before, but I deleted it. And now I just have my official VTuber version of Letterboxd. How, like, I watch a movie and then I mark it and... Oh, hey there, Batsy. One of my cats just jumped up to my desk. Hey, Batsy. Whoa! My cat knocked my microphone over. Batsy, what's going on, buddy? Huh? What's going on, you silly little kitty? And I like make Twitter announcements like, hey, I just watched such and such movie, and here's some quick thoughts on what I think of said movie. I've been enjoying that. I've been really enjoying doing that. And my kitty is so silly. My cat is a silly little boo doing silly little things because he is silly. Isn't that right, kitty? I'm not sure what horror movie I will be watching later, though. Because I will most probably be using the randomizer method. We might actually get it this time. Maybe. I might have jinxed it. Yeah, I might have jinxed it. Oh, there they are. And we got it! Finally! Finally, we got it. Alrighty. And I think I'm gonna have to call it there. I'm gonna need to call it there because, hold on, let me go to just chatting. Hello. I have to call it there because it's quite late. My family's could wake up at any moment. I mean, it is 4. But, my dogs sometimes wake up this early and need, taking outside and whatnot. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. Sorry that this stream was a bit on the short side. Not even 2.5 hours. Close to 2.5 hours. But, I try to make my streams at least 3. But, I woke up so late. I woke up so late. I'm really sorry about that I overslept. And hopefully, I will be able to... My brain is going blank. Hopefully I'll be able to stream, not tonight. Because it's the next day now. I will stream on Sunday night, I think. I think on Sunday night I'll be streaming. I'll have to check and be sure. Should we raid? We might not raid this time, cause during the last commercial break I did check if there was people to raid, and there was like 1 or 2, but I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I feel kind of awkward raiding into people because most people that I stream into have more viewers than me, and it's like, you know, you want to raid into people who have less viewers than you. As a, you know, a way to show support. I want to give lots of support to people. This isn't me saying that I wish I had more viewers. This isn't me saying that. Just, I mean, the people I raid into probably don't care, but still, I don't know. It's just my brain overthinking things, I think. I guess we could. Hold on. Well, yeah, let's not raid this time. Because when I raid, I like to sit in that person's stream for a bit, you know, and chat, you know, hang out. I don't like to raid and run, but I'm really not up for mingling right now. I know I just mingled with you guys. I hope you guys understand what I mean. I'm tired. If there was someone who had, like... Because the only person who I saw that I could stream into has, like, 300 viewers. They do not need me. They do not need me. But thank you so much for being here, guys. And don't worry, we will raid next time. We will raid next time. I'm just a little tonight. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, everyone who is watching, was watching, and lurks, talked, who watches the VOD. Just thank you, everyone. I hope that all of you stay safe. Happy holidays. So crazy that Thanksgiving's already over. It's gonna be Christmas before we know it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single freaking one of you. And I will see you the day after tomorrow, I think. Well, today. Because it's already tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. I will see you next time. Have a great one. And next week, I'll be setting up the schedule how we'll only be streaming 1 or 2 games at a time so that we can actually get some games finished. Yeah. So, goodbye. See you next time.